Greatest Nigerian student. Great. Greatest Nigerian student. Great. His Excellency is in the spirit. This is the way I wanted to be you. This is the way I wanted to be. This is the way I wanted to see myself. This is the way I wanted to see.
Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has been inducted into the Hall of Fame of the National Association of Nigerian Students (NANS) following his infrastructural and human capital developmental strides spread across the state. The induction was performed by the global president of NANS, Comrade Lucky Oborevwori, when he led members of the National Executive Committee of the association on a courtesy visit to the governor at the Government House, Asaba, the Delta State capital.
Greatest Nigerian student. Great. Excellency, on behalf of Global Policy Union Nigerian student, fully vote as shown on the for the power conferred on him as the national president and commander of both the armed and the armed chaos. I present to you an award of excellence presented to His Excellency right on the Sheriff in recognition of your giant stride in the continuation of the development of education in Delta State. Once again, we are proud you have more agenda.
Comrade Oborevwori, a Deltan, said the upgrade of infrastructural facilities in the state-owned tertiary institutions, renovation of 150 health centers, appointment of youths into his cabinet, payment of students' bursary, training and empowerment of youths have endeared the governor to all and appealed to him not to relent in the fulfillment of his electioneering campaign promises.
You are doing in the state, not just doing the project. You take out time to monitor them. You go from place to place, you monitor them. The leadership of the over 40 million Nigerian students has mandated me to tell you thank you. We are very grateful. It has never happened in the history of the state and the history of Nigeria. I'm on record and people can fact check it. That the level of student leaders engagement, your administration is second to none. So we want to commend you for that. We see many young people you've included in your cabinet, such as the Commissioner of Health is a former student union leader, and we appreciate that. The Commissioner of Environment is a former student union leader, we appreciate that. The local government chairman in Ika Northeast is a student. The numbers of student leaders engagement, SS, SSA, EA, and that is why we are enjoying so much peace in the student community, because we've been able to put capable hands who are former student leaders, who know the terrain, heavily led by the executive assistant to the governor on student affairs. So Your Excellency, we want to thank you very much for the high level of student leaders engagement you've been able to do in Nigeria. We are equally aware, even before now, before you became governor, we are aware that you are the only person, the only speaker in the Federal Republic of Nigeria who have returned $500 million back as a speaker. So, as a Deltan, I'm very proud that I have an elder brother, a governor of the people whose track record is there for people to see. Your Excellency, we are aware that since your assumption of office, it has never happened, and no governor in Nigeria, they have borrowed, but you've never borrowed a dime since you began. These are records the leadership of NANS have, and that is the reason why we are inducting you into NANS College. The level of educational infrastructural development is second to none. We are aware of the creation of new campuses you are doing, most especially the establishment of the College of Health Technology in Isoko. We are aware of it, and it's almost 75% completion. We want to commend you for building a better infrastructure in the education sector. Lastly, to Your Excellency, we are aware of the ongoing renovation of 150 health centers. We are aware of it, and we want to commend you. Nigeria students are very proud of you, and that's why we've resolved to crest your name on gold in the sand of history. Greatest Nigeria student. Yes. Greatest Nigeria student. Yes. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for your prompt payment of bursary to the indigenous students of Delta State. On record, we are aware that we've been able to approve 2 bursary in 1 year for all Delta State students. We want to commend you for that. We are equally aware of employment opportunity in the academic and non-academic sector. We are aware of 600 persons who have been engaged fruitfully in the academic sector. We want to commend you for that. As part of our tradition and shelter demands, we speak for our students. We want Your Excellency to look into the condition of our hostels, to make them more elaborate, to accommodate more of our students. As a father to Nigeria students and student-friendly government, we want to request that more of the students, if it is 2 to 3 persons, to be engaged in the comrade community, who will return preach the more agenda to all debtors. We want to appeal on behalf of NANS National to please engage more or 2 to 3 persons of our student leaders, because these student leaders are familiar and they will contribute positively to the more agenda of your administration. Now that I'm winding up, I want to specially appeal to you, Your Excellency, to sponsor the last program, if you don't do the first one, the last program, which is a 1-day symposium and seminar that is taking place in the leadership of National Student of Nigeria students in the state. Now I'm in my state. We want to appeal to you, Your Excellency, that the indigenous student, which is NADESTO, NANS National, and the state NANS, should be giving mobility out of your magnanimity to make them mobile. Courtesy of your name and Delta State. We want to appeal that the bursary of Delta State students should be reviewed. For the past 10 years, it has remained constant. So we want Your Excellency to review it, because you're always the first. Delta is always the first doing it. Akwa Ibom have stepped forward to 30,000, but ours still remain 20,000. So we want to appeal to His Excellency to please look into that for us. And last but not the least is one of our comrades that was disengaged from the service, Comrade Ifeni. We want to appeal to His Excellency to please look into it, because due to his health issue, he was disengaged. So that the Nigerian students were very happy, because in 2007, over 60 comrades by our former governor was engaged to the civil service. So we want to appeal to you, Your Excellency, on behalf of NANS. I want to appeal to you that we should look into his issue, and if there are rooms for more civil service engagement of our comrade, we will have Comrade Ifeni Felix.
Governor Oborevwori, in his response, thanked the students' body for the honor done him, saying that the inclusion of youths in his cabinet was to give them a platform to showcase their talents, noting that over 30,000 students of the state origin were already receiving bursary in line with his more agenda, even as he called for the continuous support of all in his effort to move the state to a higher level of sustainable development.
I want to commend you again for your leadership. Since you came on board, there has not been crisis. It shows that you are a proper worry boy, and we are proud of you. Let me also commend the SSA, Australia Affairs, Mr. President, for that show of love coming to be part of this courtesy visit. I have listened to you carefully, and all that you have said, the commendation about all the things we are doing in Delta State, our investment in the young generation. When I came in, I just felt that we need to bring in young ones. And we appointed young ones less than 40 years. At that time, came in May 29, 2023. The reason is that we did that and also bring some matured ones that we're able to mentor them, and that will also add value to our government. And I'll tell you that these young ones that we appointed, we were even looking for a lesser position, trying to get SA and SSA. But today, they are commissioners, serving very well and doing very well. Because when you try as much as possible to nurture and bring in the young ones, then you see that as you are trying to leave the space, they can be able to come in. But if you don't nurture them, you don't bring them to government, they will not know how government operates. And today, I'm proud of all of them that are in my government, and they are doing very well. Raising youth in death. So what you can give to your people is education. Once you give them education, you have given them a platform to stand. And that's what we are doing. And you see in our universities today, we have encouraged them to continue to do well. We are the only state in Nigeria that have 4 universities. And we are funding them very well. When it comes to issue accreditation, they are getting more, they are being accredited every day in different courses. And we have opened a campus in Oborevwori, which is the Southern Delta University. The reason why we decided to change the name, because it was University of Science and Technology, which is basically a university that is restricted to some courses, a specialized university. And when you have specialized university, it's difficult to be accredited into all these courses to be accredited. Some courses cannot be accredited because you cannot, because it's a specialized university. We have changed the name to Southern Delta University to enable the university to get more courses and to be accredited by NUC. And we are proud of that. The reason why we encouraged more universities, a few years back, our students who applied to enter university, about 25 were actually qualified to enter university. Because of NUC restriction, they cannot take more than 5,000. What about the rest 20,000? You see them roaming around going to private university, and some will wait again for another year for JAM. And when, as a presiding officer in the House of Assembly, then as a speaker, and when this bill came, we decided to pass this bill. And since then, the issue of saying our students are suffering, no, because you see, if they don't take you in Abraka, they will take you in Central Delta University or University of Delta Agbo or Sadebe University. You can see, you can make choice, decide to go anywhere you want to go for confidence. So say because I'm in Delta North, let me come to Osadebe, or let me go to Agbo. You can say, okay, you are in Central, in Central. You have a house around that area. Let me go and enter Abraka or Central Delta University. So that issue of getting admission is no more a problem again. And also we have private universities that are doing very well in Delta State. So it shows that this state love education. Because by the time you have all these schools and people go to school, it reduces crime. That's the truth. It reduces crime because once you are enlightened, it's difficult to say you go and commit a crime. No. Most of people are committing crimes. The majority of them are people who are not go to school. They did not see work for work of university. So we believe in education, and as a governor we believe in education, we continue to encourage education in Delta State. So I came in, and I'm glad that you recognize that we are paying our bursary as at when due. We have paid not less than 30,000 students in Delta State. Are we not doing well? Yes. Some states have not paid for 2 years now, they've not paid 20,000 students. So we are doing well. So the issue of increasing, we will look into it because the more the merrier. The more is merrier. Because by doing that, we're also supporting your parents. Instead of paying money for accommodation, that one can even assist you to pay one or two things. And issue of school fees, we have not increased school fees. Other states are increasing school fees. admission fee, I decided to reduce it to enable a student to gain admission into university. We have employed teaching and non-teaching staff in the local government. Over 3,000 we have employed. Even in the university, you will notice that in the university, we have also done employment. We continue to employ more because as you are employing more people, you are taking them, those who have graduated from the labor market. These are the things we want to do. And we're also doing empowerment for our youth. Then you talk about the issue of appointing 2 persons. Have you? You said you appoint 2 persons. You said 2 persons. You said 2 actually. So I take 2. So from the comrade community, we'll take 2. I want 2 persons as SA. I know my predecessors have done a lot for them, and the vehicles are still there. So you cannot tell me the vehicles are not there. But I will get, students love bus more. So I will arrange 1 bus for NANS here. You talk about the issue of comrade Felix. I'm aware of the issue of that, but I know that they also called some of them again when we did employment, and some of them were engaged into the service. So it cannot be an individual thing. I don't know his own reason why he was not employed when they called for some of them. But I'm aware that Abraham Agba was part of the people that they were employed that period, which is 2015. The one was when? 2012. Because there are issues in some of those employment issues. And that is the issue when maybe head of service will be able to will brief me about that. But let me take note of it. But it's not a promise, but I'll take note of it. But I know after that, a lot have been absorbed into the civil service. I'm aware of it. Abraham Agba, Barrister Abraham Agba, was among them at that time. And some of them were called back. I don't know his own case.